Welcome back to LA Football Network on Radio Row. Will Decker here with Jamal Madney, my boy Ryan Anderson. We are joined by a special guest in the building. My main man, Kyle Turley, played for the Rams. We got a big week of Rams football on tap. We're going to go into his career, kind of learn some of the stuff about that. But the first thing I want to talk to you about is Revenant, this new cannabis brand that you've been promoting. What made you get into this field in the first place, and what is the brand like?
Well, cannabis saved my life, period.
Yeah.
That's what I tell, it's what happened. And I've had this experience, and then I had other guys have this same experience, connect with them, with Jim McMahon, Evan Britton. We started this company, Revenant MJ. We've got other guys out here that are talking about this, that have started cannabis companies, ex-NFL players. But, we're the most vocal. We've been out here for the last, almost 10 years, really trying to expose this plant for what it can do for our community. And that's all we're trying to do. In 2023, hopefully we'll open the Revenant House. That's our goal. With the success we're having right now, we're on track to do so. We're all over the state of California, going to shop, and if we're not there, tell them they need to get our products in there. They're ready.
It makes so much sense with the NFL too, just the pounding you guys take week in and week out. It's just an easy way to medicate without using the pain prescription pills, things like that can get out of order. How have you seen cannabis affect players like in today's age? Because they have loosened the restrictions on cannabis use for the NFL.
Yeah. And, you're going to start seeing that more and more as players are given the opportunity to use it, freely. Now the NFL's, not suspending players anymore for testing positive, so that's a good thing. They've now just donated some money to some studies, so that's a good thing, but they're still denying me the opportunity that I've presented them to go into a training camp and fully expose this, for what it can do for our community and these players out there on the field that are in the game today. And if they allow it fully, then you won't have any more opiate addiction issues. You won't have alcoholism addiction issues. People will understand the opportunity that they have in cannabis to recover their lives, deal with illness and injury like nothing. I've over 8 years, not one pharmaceutical, not one.
That's awesome.
No more vitamins, no more supplements, no more protein shakes, all these things, no more anything, not an aspirin, not a leave for 8+ years, only using cannabis. And it's been the resolution for so many things, orthopedically to cognitively that, we can't say enough about it.
It's a wonderful thing that has so many benefits. I also want to touch on your football career, Kyle. Usually there's a moment in time where a football player, he finds that spark. This is for me. This is what I want to do. What was that first moment for you like playing football that you knew, hey, I can make this a career if everything is going well?
Yeah, down at San Diego State. I always kind of love football was a passion kind of thing. I didn't play it when I was a kid. I didn't play until I was a senior in high school, organized football. So it escaped me, but it was always a passion. I had the sheets and I had all these NFL teams I was a huge fan of. But it wasn't until, I put that football helmet on and really opened this, bag of tricks, that God blessed me with, that I realized I had something there. And once I realized that, obviously I didn't let it go, and rapidly took advantage of my opportunity, a scholarship at San Diego State. Keep going, get in that weight room, keep getting better and better. And 4 years, 4.5 years, 4 years out of high school, seventh pick in the first round.
Seventh pick in the first round. That is incredible.
Incredible.
We're doing an NFL draft podcast, and it's such an interesting process in general, just to kind of see where you guys are preparing, what are you guys doing, the workouts that are associated with that, the combine, things like that. What was your draft process like? Where did you train? What was the most difficult thing about it? And what was the easiest thing about the process?
Well, I signed with a great agent out of college. My offensive line coach knew the best guy in the business, Tom Condon. He represents all these quarterbacks, or he did. He's old now. His son took over the business, little Tommy, but he's big Tommy now. Anyways, we're getting old, right? We're getting old. And, it was going down to Bradenton, Florida.
IMG, right?
The original IMG Academy. Was playing pool in the rec hall with the Williams sisters. And
no way.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're playing pool with them and their dad. He's there all the whole time. Like this movie coming out, I'm just like, I know those people. And so we were down there with IMG, that's who I signed with, and then ultimately became now all the athletes performance, and then now Exos. It's turned into, I guess, EXOS, or whatever they want to call it. These guru guys that really know what they're doing, and dedicated myself for 2 months down there in Florida to train, as hard as I've ever trained in my life. Learn from all these people that my agent brought around of what I was going to expected to face, from the Senior Bowl to the Combine to draft day. I was prepared. So, it's important, young kids out here, when you're looking at draft status, you're looking at somebody that, is really interested in that. And you really have to understand who these guys are, and them to train, who they're training, what's the track record of these facilities where they're going, because some of these facilities look great, everybody down there, and then they tell their guys don't do this, don't do that, wait for your pro. There's train your ass off, show up to potential.
Mike, too much early. I got my man Ryan Anderson right here.
Los Angeles Football Network. We cover all things Los Angeles football. We got USC, UCLA, Rams, and Chargers coverage. You grew up down here in Southern California in the heyday when we still had teams down here. You're rocking the Rams hat. You played for the Rams. Right. When you were a kid growing up down here in Southern California, who are you rooting for? Football-wise, basketball, baseball?
Yeah,
your
football,
teams.
When I was growing up here in the 90s, the Rams had just moved to St. Louis. I grew up a Rams fan. My mom's from Orange County. She's Villa Park High School, shout out down there. So the old Rams, it was a part of our family history. My uncles, I had a Rams helmet when I was 8 years old. Got a picture of myself in the football stance that I made the Rams in a Rams uniform on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Exact same picture. So I've been a Rams fan a long time. I was a Raiders fan when I was a kid growing up. And then, Dodgers, unfortunately didn't play for them, but the Niners, it was, of course, you got the old Montana and the Steve Young era,
Right
so and then I had the opportunity to play in the NFL and, go against those guys. So it was pretty cool, man. California kid. I didn't play football until I was a senior. I was a skateboarder, surfer, snowboarder. That was what I did. And then I just decided, let's maybe get some Al Bundy stories at the
yeah. So you your bag of tricks. You moved from guard, left tackle, over to the right side. I mean, what were those transitions? You hear about it now, and some guys can't do it.
Now you just got to be, a guy who can just football at the end of the day, right? The more you can do is what I continue to tell kids today when I have the opportunity to talk to kids or coach kids. Just work with guys all the time that are making transitions from defensive line to offensive line. Still, they send guys to me every now and then to do that. And you just got to be an athlete. At the end of the day, if you want to pursue that dream, I was a defensive lineman. That's what that was my passion. They put me on the field in high school as a defensive end. They said, go get the football. I fell in love with, just being relentless and going after the quarterback and scholarship and 1 year high school football. And if I had the grades, I would have prepared for college, but I didn't academically. So state and then transition to offensive line quickly. Yeah. And that's not a transition to make in and of itself. And then, but the mentality, I guess, of just saying, wherever they want me to go is where I'm going to go. Wherever I'm going to be in the game is where I'm going to be. That's the attitude you got to have.
Well, Kyle, it's so fascinating to kind of hear, your story and your journey throughout your career. We're here Super Bowl week. You've played in the big game 4 times, and
I wish. I played in a couple of big games, not this big game.
What's your sense of the game? How are you seeing different matchups, things for us to kind of keep an eye on, and how are you seeing the game ultimately shape out?
It's going to be one in the trenches, that's for sure. You've got 2 defensive football teams here. The offense is secondary. You got great quarterbacks. These quarterbacks are amazing, talented players, but these defenses is what this game's about. And those offensive lines better protect that quarterback. At the end of the day, dealing with Aaron Donald for these Bengals is, going to be very similar to the last couple games, if not 10 times worse, which I don't know how it could get worse, right? But look at Joe Burrow and what he's been able to accomplish in the drive he has to continue to get up, and keep finishing this game. That's scary cat in the corner, if you will, for these Bengals to be. But I'm all about my Rams, man. And you got Stafford. He's got to win it. If he wants that clout in LA, man, he's got to pull this thing out. And hopefully he does so. And Beckham and the rest of the guys will step up and go get that rock. Don't let these Bengals get it, because they can get it.
For sure. And Kyle, the NFL has changed, so much in the last couple of years in terms of kind of pass-heavy offenses and mobile quarterbacks. From an offensive lineman's perspective, who would you say in today's NFL is sort of the easiest quarterback to block for, and who maybe is the most difficult quarterback to block for?
Yeah, any quarterback that gets it out in 2 seconds.
Makes the job a little easier.
It's
Tom Brady, probably.
Yeah, it's the NFL, man. You can't sit back. I don't care who you are or what team you're on. You can't sit back there in 3 seconds, or 4 seconds, man. You hold on that ball and you're past your second, third read, looking for that fourth guy, you're getting sacked. These defenses are fast, just unbelievably fast. I think as fast, if not faster than they ever have been in the NFL. So you just don't have that time, and these quarterbacks are very capable of that. They know their offense, they know their receivers. It's the big game. So be very cognizant of that. You're going to see that ball get out quick.
For sure.
I love it, man. And I kind of want to piggyback on that because you're an offensive tackle. You're playing guard. Who is the guy that may have kept you up at night that you had like, damn it, I got to play this guy tomorrow? Is it Reggie White or something like that? A Michael Strahan, one of those names. Who was the toughest guy for you to block at the NFL level?
Man, I had the opportunity. You said some names right there. I had the opportunity to play against all those guys, and so, but for me, I was a competitor. I was always a kid that wanted to prove himself. Came from San Diego State, little town in Moreno Valley, California. Who knows where that is, right? I didn't go to one of these SEC schools or anything like that. And so any opportunity to play against what was considered a better talent than me, I just thrived on that, So I had great games always against guys like Strahan and them, and those were my best night's sleep. In fact,
I love it. Yeah,
it was always being concerned about who's this guy I'm going against. This guy's nobody. He was a 7th round draft pick. He was a free agent. Who is he? Like, I'm more concerned about that guy, that I don't have that film on, man. And drive to sit there and go, okay, I'm gonna play against this guy, and this is what some of these guys you just don't know. That those are the scariest ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and the last thing I got for you, man, is we got Rams Bengals this week, Super Bowl. On who you're going to be taking, but who's your prediction, man, coming into the Super Bowl? Grew up a Rams fan, got to play for the Rams. That is a child in actual realization that you were able to achieve, Kyle. So that's pretty damn cool.
Really cool, man. I'm excited. Of course, my Rams are going to take it home. They've got to. We can't lose this game, no matter what, whatever it takes. I've been in locker rooms when you've been down 24 points at halftime, and those other locker rooms, you've been up 24 points at halftime. So I don't anticipate that being the case. I hope these guys stay true and ready to finish this thing 4 quarters and grind it out no matter what the circumstance is. Each one of these teams has the opportunity to put up a bunch of points. Each one of these D's the opportunity to shut the other down. It's Super Bowl. I'm really looking forward to it, but my Rams are going to take it.
Hey, there we go.
Team for sure. And they're going to bring it home finally.
And
Kyle Turley, thank you so much for coming on. Check out Revenant, his cannabis company, and you're in that. Coming up with that?
Yeah, actually tomorrow night playing the Gridiron and doing that tomorrow at the Omni Hotel, and we'll see what happens this year. Ring opens back up. All these COVID restrictions end. You might see me out.
Just ask one favor. You got to smoke a stogie with Mike Ditka for me because I'd love to do that. Kyle Turley, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for coming on.